Everyone thinks, oh, I got to move out of my parents' house because I'm a loser and nobody's going to want me, right? That's not how it is today, okay? So here's what's going to happen. Move out of the house. Why do you want to move out of the house? So he makes money and he lives at home with his parents. This is what your brain tells you. I am going to leave home and I'm going to get an apartment. And I'm going to get a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment, okay, with my buddies. And we're going to live the good life. We're going to hang out. We're going to drink. We're going to smoke. We're going to party. We're going to have girls over. It's going to be like watching the, Project X or something. We're all just going to have a blast, right? That's what life's going to be like. Let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to move in with your 3 buddies. And you're all going to have different jobs and different shifts. And at first, it's going to be kind of cool. But then you're going to come back one day after a shift and the microwave doesn't work. And nobody told you, nobody fixed it. Now you don't have anything to eat. And you don't have anybody to yell at. There's dishes everywhere. There's dirt everywhere, right? Somebody's going to miss their rent payment. Forget about it. Now you got to cover them. Now you're starting to get a little irritated. One of you guys are going to lose his job. Now he's going to be at home all day sitting on the couch, okay? And he's just going to be fucking smoking weed, playing video games. Like, yeah, man, I'll get you later. Now both of you are getting really pissed off at him. But you got to, whatever like that. One of you is finally going to get a girl to come home with you. She's going to come in. She's going to see old dude in his fucking brown-stained underwear losing his ass on Call of Duty while yelling racial slurs at somebody in a lobby. The house is disgusting. She's not going to want it. The moment she goes in the bathroom and like her foot like sticks to the floor and there's something growing in the toilet, she's out. And now you're pissed off because somebody didn't clean the bathroom this time of the week, okay? All the while, you're paying $3,600 a month, which is only $1,200 a piece. But then you've also got 500 in utilities. You got another, you got your car payment. You got everything like this. You're barely making any money. And now you're carrying somebody else, but he's your friend and you don't want to lose your friend. You're trying to carry him. But after a few months, it's like, bro, you really need to pay something. I got a job this way. Dude, you're not doing, you're playing video games. You're smoking weed. You're eating fucking Tostino's pizza rolls, man. Get a fucking, now you're really angry. So now you try to get out of the house. The problem is you don't want to be there, but now you're spending your disposable income out of the house trying to do this. You don't see each other, it falls apart, and eventually you end up back here with no money. So let me tell you how you're going to do this elsewhere. Otherwise, you have a good relationship with your parents. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to stay at home. You're going to save that $1,500 to $2,000 a month by staying there. You're still going to help with mortgage or tax or insurance or groceries or utilities or whatever, because you want to have a good relationship with your parents and you want to keep that going. Also, it's a good relationship builder. You're gonna hang out there. But what about if I want to get laid? You weren't gonna get laid anyways, bro. And if you meet a girl and she says, "Oh, so do you have your own place?" No, my parents stay with me. I take care of my parents. They live with me. Boom, done, easy, right? Who gives a shit? You don't live with your parents. They live with you. Okay. Now, you're like, oh, but I wanted to get away from the house and party and shit like that. You were going to get maybe one weekend a month, maybe one every other month to go party. So now what you do is you take a little bit of that money, like $350 of that money, and you go rent a fucking Airbnb for the weekend. And now you get a weekend where you spend almost, instead of $1,300 to $1,500 a month to have a room and a dirty bathroom with a bunch of fucking losers, you spend $350. You get to go party, and you get a whole weekend, a new house, a new place, and have a good time. And you get to do that every month. You could go do that every month. You weren't gonna with your friends, and now you guys don't hate each other. And if one of them can't afford to stay with you, and he has to move back in, who cares? You can spot him $200 or whatever, and you can party. You can enjoy it. Then one of two things happens. You decide, hey, listen, the housing market's settled, or I found the right house I want, or I met somebody and we're in a good relationship and we want to move in together. Now you stacked money, and you stacked $25,000 to $40,000 a year in a high yield savings account or in the market. You've made extra money on it. Now, if you do buy a house, you have a shitload of money for a down payment, so you don't have to worry about the 30-year mortgage rate is at fucking 6.7% because you're throwing 25% down. Otherwise, you go get an apartment. You don't have to worry about rent. Plus, you're splitting bills with somebody you actually enjoy. Also, if you're going to get married to somebody, make sure that you've lived with that individual one-on-one in a place for at least a year. Man, I've seen people go, they don't understand it. People change, man. People change, man. Also, gentlemen, secret to a happy marriage, separate bathrooms. Okay? If you can afford a place with 2 bathrooms, always get a place with 2 bathrooms. If you cannot, make sure it's 2 sinks at least in the one bathroom. I'm telling you, I'm saving your ass right now. So there you go. So now, what were you worried about? Oh, I live at home. People are going to think I'm a loser. Nobody thinks you're a fucking loser. 54% of people under the age of 30 right now live at home. It's the highest since World War II. 54%. Over one half of every person between the 18 and 30 years old lives at home right now. Some of them because they can't afford to, some of them because they want to save the money. We were taught, it's not natural, we were taught that being at home after 18 makes you a loser. That means you can't afford, you're not doing well to go on your own. If I was somebody and I was trying to date somebody, I'd be like, wait a second, your parents live with you, whatever. You're staying with them, you're stacking money right now, it's a shitty housing market, it's a shitty, and you're actually going to have more money, so when you do decide to buy or rent, you're going to end up having more of a down payment, having less debt on top of it, and have a pick of the litter. And if there's a housing market pullback, you're going to have the money to buy that dip. You can literally move out anytime you want. You're making that choice. Like, what, and you get to spend time with your fucking family, because all the people who move out and do that end up one day looking back saying, wow, I really wish I would have spent more time with my family. I didn't realize they were going to be gone so quick. You get to enjoy that. Now, if you hate your fucking family, no. If you're kind of like, we deal with each other, well, guess what? Stay there long enough until, and then the house is yours. So you're asking me, what was the quote again? Because I didn't really understand it. You said to me, sir, hi man, I have enough saved to buy a house. Good job. Why no motivation to leave parents' house on some real shit? No flamo, please. Which was then translated to me. Somebody said it means you have a lot of money. You saved up, you've got a good job, you could buy a house, but you don't really feel like leaving your parents, leaving the situation you are with living with your parents. Why is that? Because you like your parents, you love your parents. You have a good relationship. You don't have to buy a house right now. You're not getting married and having kids, and you're happy. You're telling me right now that you're happy and you're saving money? I'm not flaming you. I'm congratulating you. That's the dream, bro. No, it's not. The dream is going out and building your own life and buying. Bro, buying a house doesn't mean you built your life, bro. You buy a house when you have your family that you need to raise and you need your own shit. If you're single and you're doing that, that's the American dream. The American dream is having a loving relationship with your parents, being able to continue to live with them and be happy. They're happy that their kid's still at home. You're happy you get to spend with your parents. You're saving shitloads of money that you don't need to waste elsewhere. And then when you're ready to go on your own, you're leaps and bounds above everybody else in society, because instead of taking a 50-year mortgage, you're throwing a huge down payment and you have money left over. You have a 401k, you have an IRA. I ain't flaming you, bro. I'm congratulating you. You have both parents. You love them. You live with them. You're saving money and you've got a good job. No flamo, bro. And no homo or whatever they call it, bro. Only, somebody give me a Gen Z word. Skibbity Riz, bro. You stack cash max, you family maxing for real, and keep going till your parents, either kick you out or they love max you, and you can put down a down payment of $67,000. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You finance maxing, bro. You finance maxing. All right, you might look like a 4 out of 10, but with that kind of cash and that kind of life, you about a 6, 7. Oh my God.